What's up everyone, welcome back to Copy Trader. Today I want to introduce you to another one of our incredible tools. In my opinion, this is the most powerful tool for copy trading in existence, and it's a true game changer when it comes to making serious money with copy trading. As you know, in copy trading, one of the biggest challenges is slippage. That's the fact when a trader might buy somewhere down here and you don't get in until around here, and then they sell somewhere up here and you don't get out till around here. So they end up making a bunch of money and you end up losing money. That's the classic copy trading dilemma. The solution to this is simple. You need to sell before or after your trader sells. It's no good selling after a huge dump. You are leaving so much money on the table. The question is, how do you know when to sell? Until now you wouldn't. But what we've created at Copy Trader is a tool that, based off the trader's last 50, 100, 200, however many trades you want to analyze, based off their last set of trades, what would have been the best stop loss and take profit settings for you to use to achieve the maximum ROI. Let me show you exactly how it works. So what you do is you find a trader you like, and instead of just guessing based on their stats what you should use as a take profit or a stop loss, what you're going to do is you're going to open up every single trade one at a time in Photon. You're going to put the maker in to see where they bought and they sold, and you're going to calculate exactly where you would have entered, in this case probably around here, and you're going to trace the exact movement of the trade for the next 1 to 2 hours or until the trade goes to zero. What this is going to look like is this: a spreadsheet that our algorithm will understand and be able to read. Here's the entry market cap, in which case, since the trader entered in this candle, we could estimate that we enter at a maximum level of 36K. Then we're going to trace exactly what happens in the trade. So we go down to 33K, we go up to 40K, we go down to 29K, we go up to 47K, we go all the way down to 26K, we come up to 63K. He sells at about 46K, we come down to 30K, and then we go up to 74K. Then the coin trickles down to zero. So I would write down every one of those points into my spreadsheet for that token, including where he sold. So our algorithm will know exactly what happened during the course of that trade, exactly what would have been the best take profit and stop loss to use during that trade to make the most money, and whether or not copying his sell would have been a good idea. So you do that for a large set of trades. Let's say his last 50 trades. Each one takes about a minute. You download the CSV and you come to the settings analyzer. You upload the CSV of all the trades, and boom, our algorithm just did 107,000 calculations, analyzing all 49 trades using 2,189 combinations of take profit and stop loss. The take profit is in steps from 10 to 1,000%, and stop loss is in steps from 10 to 60%, both in 5% steps. So we're calculating what would be the ultimate settings to have that would yield the best results over all trades. It's 107,000 possible combinations. To do this yourself would be physically impossible. And then you have some clear results. These results tell me if I used a stop loss of 25 and a take profit of 810, that I would have had a 60% ROI, a 10% win rate, and a final balance of 39.5 Solana if I started with 10 Solana. This is calculated estimating a one SOL investment per trade. You have your cumulative chart, which would show you exactly what your balance would look like over time. And in this strategy, you wouldn't win very much, but when you did, you would win big, taking you from 10 Solana to 39.5 in 49 trades. Now you can come down and see market cap insights. Very interesting. You would have won only the trades between 10 and 50K market cap, and that's the entry market cap. So we can do a lot with this information, and I'll show you that in a little bit. And then here you've got all 2,189 combinations of take profit and stop loss, which you can go through to see which one you like best. You can filter them for win rates. So maybe I want a win rate greater than 20%. Let's see what we got. So the best scenario in that case would be a take profit of 180, a stop loss of 25. That would give us a 16% ROI and a 20% win rate. Our final balance would not be as great, but some people just feel more comfortable winning more often. Let's see if there's any high win rate strategies which would have been profitable. Here we would have won 75% of our trades, but we only would have had a 0.2 ROI. We probably would have lost all of that after fees. So this trader is not great to use with a high win rate strategy. Some are not. That's fine. What's important is that you know that. And with the settings analyzer, you know that. As long as you take the data sets in the correct way, as we teach you how to do inside of copytrader.com, these results are 100% correct. You can test it out with any combination of trades and it will be correct every single time. It's a simple algorithm and the numbers do not lie. So what can you do from here? So you've got the best strategy, but that is just the beginning. Now we can go in and break this down even further. First off, we can check if it would have been profitable to turn on the copy trader sells settings in your bot. And we can see if we would have done that, then we would have only made 24% profit. So we would have been down 35%. You can see our updated chart. So obviously the best settings would be to turn off copying the trader's sells and only to trade with our stop loss and take profit. Our win rate would go up a lot, but we would not make as much money. Then we can test for a trailing stop loss. So same thing goes here. With a trailing stop loss of 30%, we would have been down to about a 42% ROI with an increase in our win rate once again. And we can check different levels of our trailing stop loss to see if any would help us make more money. But since we have such a high take profit and these coins are so volatile that any sort of trailing stop loss would probably have triggered early and stopped us from hitting our maximum take profit, which is probably why our ROI is less than it would have been without one. After that, we can check for what I call smart exits. Now, smart exits are a little bit different than trailing stop loss. And I call them smart exits because if we have a take profit of 800% and a stop loss of 25% and the coin goes up 500% and then starts to go down, letting that coin go all the way down to minus 25 would be a huge waste of money. So you can check that in real time and say, if we reached 500% take profit and we sold if it came back down to 100%, so we didn't allow it to lose money, would that have an effect on the coin? And surprisingly, it wouldn't have. We would actually still lose money. That just goes to show that one of these coins must have come up to a 500% take profit, come down quite a bit, and then went up even higher. But many times, using these will allow you to make even more money. We've got some presets here that you can play with, and the results will update in real time. And last is my favorite thing, which is the manual tester. So we've got our best strategy here, 25% and 810, but we can come down here and see, okay, we only won tokens that we entered between 10 and 50K market cap. So in OdinBot, we can actually set minimum and maximum market cap settings. And we can come up here to the manual tester. We can put in our best strategy. Okay, we've got it in here. We see the results line up. And now we can put our minimum and maximum market cap. So let's say we're not going to buy a coin that is under 10,000. And we're not going to buy a coin that is over 50,000. Right away, our ROI goes up to 84% because we are eliminating all those trades that we would have lost on and hit stop loss on. Our win rate goes up a few percent and we can see our updated chart here. So now there's only 38 out of 49 trades. We are skipping the ones that are not within this market cap range, and that turns out to be a much better strategy for us. This kind of data would have been impossible to figure out on your own, and no other company can offer these kind of metrics with such accuracy. This algorithm took us almost 6 months to perfect and to test. If you want to test it yourself, you can make a fake sample CSV that you can obviously derive the results from. Come in here, plug it in, and you will see that the results are spot on. Having this information is so powerful. It's still historical data, so it doesn't guarantee future results, but can really go a long way to helping you be profitable on your copy trading journey. Once again, you can test trader sells, you can test trailing stop loss here, but we already know that those would not have been a good idea. So thanks so much for watching, guys. This has been a look at the most powerful tool for copy trading in existence, found only on copytrader.com. Subscribe for more videos, smash that like button, and head over to copytrader.com with 2 R's to sign up for our free course, which will get you to making your first $100 day in copy trading. I'll teach you everything I know and all the most advanced techniques. Because once you stop losing money and you can actually profit, even if it's just $100 in a day, from that point, you are ahead of 99% of people and you can truly do anything.